we'll go to bed. So I was just about going to go into my bedroom, and I heard a little scratching at the door, at the front door. And I thought, who on earth is that this time of night? Scratch, 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 scratch. So I went to the door, I looked through the peephole, couldn't see anything. So then I take a look at the video cam, which lets me see who's exactly outside my house, and still couldn't see anything, but the scratching was still got scratch, 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 scratch. Then it became more than a scratch, scratch. It became like a whinge and a whine and everything else. And I thought, oh, I can't ignore that. Something is in trouble. I didn't know what. So I opened the door, and this little thing come flying through. Now, it could have been a rat. It was that quick, and it come flying through. It went through the kitchen into the living room, and I followed it, and it sat in the middle of the living room, shaking from head to toe. And it's one of those little dogs, little Chihuahua, I think it's called. Tiny little thing. And I thought, what on earth's wrong? I felt so sorry for it. So I sat on my sofa and I tried to calm her down. So I'm calming her down, stroking her, letting her know she's safe, because she's absolutely terrified. And the shaking stops. And then I get her to come and sit on my knee. She sat on my knee. So I'm looking at this dog for some identity, and I can't see any at all. Literally can't see any identity, which is very strange this day and age. And I know the guy next door is a vet. So I go through my front door, and what's like, I don't know, 10 steps, 11, 12, 13 steps to his house. And I see he's still up, so I ring his bell. And I ask him if he's got anything that he can scan the dog with, because the dog should be chipped, right? And so he gets this thing out, and he scans the dog, and he says, the dog's not chipped. We call the RSPCA. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, right, okay, cheers, bye. And off I came back home. And for the life of me, I didn't want to call the RSPCA for this tiny little dog. I just didn't want to do it, right? The thought of that little dog ending up in a pound, no, I just didn't want to do that. I thought, no, I'll hang on to her for tonight, and tomorrow I'll go out with her and try and find the owner. So I get her settled down in the living room, and I finally head towards my bedroom, and I hear these little feet behind me. So she's obviously following me. And she plonks herself. I go to the window to close the curtains, and she plonks herself at the bottom of the curtains, because they're long curtains. So how can I put it to you? She makes a bed out of the bottom of the curtains, right? And I'm thinking, oh Christ, I don't believe this. But she's a lovely little dog, and there's no way I was going to see that dog in a pound. So I'm closing the curtains, and I can hear these young girls' voices calling, Bella, 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 Bella. But they're not shouting it loud. They're whispering because it's late. Obviously it's late. And I thought, she could belong to them. Bella at this point had fallen asleep, right? So I opened my front door and I'm stood there and I'm watching them looking in bushes, looking under cars. They look under my car. They look under the next door neighbour's car. Bella, 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 Bella. I said, "You looking for a dog?" And they went, "Yeah, a little dog, Bella. She got out." I went, "Right. What breed are you looking for then?" "A little Chihuahua." And this one girl, she's about 17. She's got tears in her eyes, and I said, "Hold on, I think I've got Bella." So I go and I get Bella, who by now was like half asleep, half awake. And then she sees her owners, obviously, and she jumps into the arms of this young girl. Oh my God, you'd have thought that young girl had been given £1 million. The very sight of that young girl's happiness and the dog's happiness at being reunited with its owner gives me faith in humankind again. So I thought I'd just tell you that little story that's just happened, literally just happened. Bella's gone. Bella's gone back to her owner, who were very grateful and couldn't thank me enough. And I just said to them, I did what anyone would do, look after the small dog. But the sheer joy she got from getting her little pet back was absolutely glorious. Yeah, so I thought I'd, before I go to sleepies, nights, I thought I'd leave you with that little story. Sweet little thing.